We are finally back, and so is a new major. The wintry season is just around the block, and we are looking at a full-grown snow battle, with a new batch of fresh teams that have turned themselves into wolves to make their mark within the first stages of the rankings. And after a long week, the first 32 teams have passed their way into the Swiss stage, but that also comes with an unfortunate outcome for the other teams that did not manage to make it into that bracket. With that being said, we will be seeing another rankings around the corner after we see which two teams will be crowned the winners of the first Swiss stage. Now, onto a quick run through of how this major rankings went down, along with the teams that managed to pass through to the start of the Swiss stage that is planned to commence today. A total of 16 groups, of which only the top 2 teams within those groups could proceed onwards. A battle of 3 games for each team, whichever rack up the most points would go through to the Swiss stage and then overgo another set of games to try and win 4 games in a row to become the winners of the first major rankings. And luckily for this team, they will be proceeding onwards to the Swiss stage. Best of luck. The Swiss stage is undoubtedly the hardest part of all the major, making sure you are able to win against your opponents every match to have the opportunity to successfully qualify into the Legend stage. Apart from the grand final prizes, the Swiss stage also provides the top 2 teams with some of the most craziest rewards, like exclusive eSports paints, modules, crystals and much more. In this case, each and every team is participating to win the Impulse Paint, along with qualifying. Now let's go back in time, where I re-interviewed Scream and Alfie. You might remember them from the summer major interviews.
Yo, what's up Alfie, and welcome to the new show.
Wagwan Jack.
Alright, so firstly, what's the top 3 teams you would pick for being the strongest as of now?
To be honest, I'd put Team Pointers for sure, then Toxic, and the last team I'd probably put the Dreamers because they added back Princess D, and they also added 2 knockout players.
Alright, nice. And what's your thoughts on this new Gauss update? Do you think it could be useful for new strategies?
The Gauss update is pretty good, and I can see it doing well in the right hands. Also, for newer eSport players, I'd probably recommend staying on Thunder, as I believe the splash damage can be a bigger advance towards your team in certain situations. So let's see.
Thanks Alfie for being on the show.
See ya, Jack.
Hey Scream, welcome to the new show.
Hello Jack.
Okay, so firstly, name the 2 teams you think are going to be winning the first major rankings and why.
Personally, it's for me Red Notice and Team Pointers because both teams have the most experienced players who won previous paints in this format.
And secondly, would you like to see this new turret, the Scorpion turret, being used in this esports format?
I would not want to see the turret in the format because right now it is still unbalanced and too overpowered to play. I have the turret as well and experienced it before.
Couldn't agree more. But anyways, thank you Scream.
No problem, Jack.
After one of the more popular parts of the show, we're happy to start this winter off with a new section of the best moments you guys have captured, which have given you the chilling vibes. And started off, we have Easy along with Francis with some of the craziest overdrives and flag capture moments in the past tournaments and TKBs. with all the news out the way, would also like to say once again that we are super hyped for what's to come within the next couple months, and we'll be documenting it with you guys within these shows regularly, so stay tuned, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Ciao.